So I was 13 years old when I was injured. I had been doing gymnastics since I was a little girl. I was in practice one day just doing a normal routine on the uneven bars, and I fell and I broke my back and injured my spinal cord.
The fall that took away Avery Downing's ability to walk gave her a more important need to compete.
It really helps when you have a disability and you're still able to compete in sports, and when you're able to be around other people with disabilities. It's, I guess, like empowerment.
Avery wanted to have that empowerment after graduating high school and pursuing her goal of becoming a college literature professor. But there was one problem she discovered looking at programs close to her home in Memphis.
Unfortunately, there aren't that many opportunities in Memphis for wheelchair sports. Whenever I started looking for schools to go to, I looked for schools that had an adapted athletics program or schools that were near somewhere that had adapted sports. And that's what led me to Alabama.
An out-of-state university meant bigger expenses Avery says would have been more challenging to see through without the help of the Tennessee Department of Human Services Vocational Rehabilitation Program. VR helps individuals with disabilities with a variety of assistance to further their employment goals, including help with some higher education expenses.
Luckily, I got an academic scholarship, but there's still so many other expenses, and Voc Rehab really helped with. They covered my whole meal plan and my dorm and all my books. So that really helped. So pairing together the scholarship and Voc Rehab just give me the perfect opportunity to be able to go to Alabama.
Once on campus, Avery found opportunities with both Alabama's tennis team and its wheelchair basketball team that recently took home a national title.
The game was an upset. We weren't really favored to win, so it was great.
For Avery, it's all proof a life-altering injury doesn't have to stand in the way of living.
So it's really encouraging and empowering when you find out all of these things that you can still do. I mean, it provides motivation and a drive, I guess.
It got me out of the house, more active, doing things that I enjoy doing. Mowing hay, raking hay, helping my dad take care of this farm.
Farming
It's just a way of life.
has been a part of Michael Norrid's life.
Since I was big enough to ride in my daddy's lap on a tractor.
Getting on that tractor was never an obstacle
I was in an ATV accident.
until 6 years ago,
It took my life, more or less.
when an accident cost him the ability to use his legs.
Well, I mean, that was just the end of it. I mean, there was no more walking outside and getting on a tractor and going to work. I mean, it's roll outside, and there's no way to get on a tractor without some kind of assisted equipment.
No way until Michael learned about this new type of assistive technology
Everything's remote controlled.
that lifts him from his wheelchair to his tractor or his truck.
For me, it worked perfect.
The Tennessee Department of Human Services covered the cost to modify Michael's truck with a lift through its vocational rehabilitation program. And today,
Vocational rehab helped make this possible.
Michael is back in the driver's seat
I can go outside and get in a vehicle and go to town.
of life.
Well, I mean, I went from sitting in the house watching TV and YouTube and stuff with nothing to do to I have all kinds of things to do now. It picks my wheelchair up, takes it with me. I can go anywhere I want to do. I have no limitations now.
My sister was actually a big sister back when I was in high school, and it's always been something I've wanted to do.
Every week,
That's right.
Joe Salvo and CJ spend a few hours
You name it, we've kind of done it.
just having
I get to go places that I've never been before.
fun.
When we're together, it's the best time.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of Middle Tennessee matched the pair after CJ's mother decided the 11-year-old needed a male influence in his life.
His schooling wasn't as fair. You know, his grades were down. He had some times where, you know, you could tell he needed some additional love other than mom's love.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of Middle Tennessee has been matching children with Bigs for years.
What we know is when the child does better, the family does better.
But recently, the organization has expanded the work it does with the help of a partnership with the Tennessee Department of Human Services.
We've started to facilitate programs that involve the parents.
You all right?
We know that many of the young people that are in our program have have or have been a victim of a crime.
All right.
They are at risk of being bullied. They have had some trauma in their life, and so we have had training programs for parents.
Boom.
CJ's mom says the extra help has made her a better mother,
Honestly, if I ask for anything, they help me.
Can you reach it?
while the program itself has made a big difference
He teaches me a lot about his life and stuff.
for a boy who won't be little
Try to keep my anger problems in control.
much longer.
He has not been the same since. CJ loves Joe. That's all you hear him talk about. Grades have came up. His academic skills is just everything. He's learning how to cook. Joe teaches him everything.
He's kind of the male figure in his household, and he kind of just needs that mentorship and someone to look up to.
Let's go get some pizza.
I'm thankful for Joe. I really am thankful for Joe.
We have a huge number of children in this county who experience food insecurity. One of the last reports said 30%. So there's just a tremendous need.
Last summer, that need went unfulfilled. Perry County was among 6 Tennessee counties with no summer food program, serving children like Rebecca Coleman's.
Cut back on a lot of other things.
Like many in this rural community, Coleman's children benefit from free and reduced lunches at school. Those meals aren't always available in the summer.
You know, you're drowning in bills, like, you know, about everybody I know's case.
That's where the Summer Food Service Program, administered by the Tennessee Department of Human Services, comes in.
Food insecurity is when a child or a person doesn't know where their next meal is coming from. This program covers those gaps so they do know where their next meal is coming from.
The program does that by providing money to organizations to serve food in their communities. And this year,
We actually have 3 sites in the county,
Perry County Youth Centers is stepping up
and we serve breakfast and lunch.
to help.
And right now we're averaging at about 400 per week. And so this is really making a considerable difference for a lot of people and for the children in our county.
One of those meal sites is the Lobelville Library,
I'm here today to talk about Route 66
where children take in educational activities with their meals.
and ends in what state?
It all ensures hunger
You get free meals.
doesn't eat
You get juices.
at children here.
Some kids don't have food in the morning, so they have to come here and walk and get food.
For some people, it's a matter of feeding bellies. We really believe that these children may not have had food otherwise. If you're a child and you're hungry, really, there is nothing that comes after that. That's going to be your focus, and that's a pretty sad place to be.